J.K. Rowling is amazing at world building. She built the fully realized wizarding world as we see it today. She has notes and notes of backstory that we never see, and one of those things that we really don't get fully explained is a Horcrux. Sure, we know it's an object that a dark wizard or witch has hidden a fragment of his or her soul, and we know that Horcruxes are created through murder, which essentially splits the soul, but we don't know exactly how they are made. On top of that, destroying a Horcrux proves to be even more difficult. As shown by the trio, normal spells have no effect. J.K. Rowling has said, in order to destroy a Horcrux, it is required that that object containing the soul fragment must be damaged to a point where it is beyond any physical or magical repair. Meaning that to kill that part of the soul in the object, it pretty much needs to be brought to the point of obliteration. But luckily, in Harry Potter's story, we do see a couple ways that a Horcrux can be damaged to the point of no return. First, and most notably, is the basilisk venom, which destroys Tom Riddle's diary by piercing it, and it's the same fate for Helga Hufflepuff's cup. We know the Sword of Gryffindor can destroy a Horcrux pretty much from the same technique, since it's imbued with venom from the basilisk. The sword actually destroys more than one Horcrux. Slytherin's locket, off-screen with Dumbledore in the ring, and Nagini by Neville. There's one way we see a Horcrux destroyed inside Harry's story that isn't fully explained. It doesn't have anything to do with basilisk venom or the Sword of Gryffindor. As we see, Ravenclaw's diadem is destroyed using fiend fire, which is, as you can see, tough to control. It destroys the diadem, but it took down the whole room of requirement and Crabbe with it. The last way we see a Horcrux being destroyed is by Voldemort himself, in Harry, using Avada Kedavra. So those are the only way we know how to destroy a Horcrux: Basilisk Venom, the Sword of Gryffindor, Fiend Fire, and the Killing Curse. But I've always found it strange that there's such a small amount of ways to destroy the Horcrux, and how Harry and the trio just randomly stumble upon these is even more unlikely. For that matter, did Harry even try the Killing Curse on the locket? I mean, we see him throwing tons of spells the locket's way, and one might assume at some point in their long trip to find something that could destroy the Horcrux, they would have tried the Killing Curse. Now you might think that the Killing Curse only affects living creatures, therefore it has no effect on an inanimate object in something non-living, so therefore it have no effect on the locket. Or you might say, Harry wouldn't stoop that low. He would not use an unforgivable curse. Yes, maybe not. And maybe it doesn't affect living objects, but you know who would have stooped that low in that time? Ron. And maybe the Killing Curse doesn't affect non-living creatures, but it doesn't affect any Horcrux whatsoever. You'd actually be surprised that we see Ron actually trying the Killing Curse on Nagini later on, who is obviously a Horcrux. We see the green spell bounce off Nagini with no effect. Considering Nagini is not only living, but a woman at one point of her life, we can assume that the Killing Curse has no effect on Horcruxes, living or non. So that begs one question. Why does Harry die if he's a Horcrux from the Killing Curse? Shouldn't he be protected? The one thing that differs between Ron casting a curse and Voldemort is not only the skill level, but that Voldemort is using the Elder Wand. As we know, the Elder Wand can perform magic that is truly powerful. We see glimpses of this in the story, but we don't really know its true potential. So is it possible that the spells performed with the Elder Wand are more powerful, and the spells that typically wouldn't hurt a Horcrux may have more effect than normal wands? Or does it matter who casts the spell? I always thought it was curious that Voldemort destroyed the Horcrux in Harry. I wonder if it was the fact that it wasn't the Killing Curse that was the undoing of the Horcrux, but it was the creator who cast the spell. Since the Horcrux is obviously linked to the person, it's linked to their soul, in this case Voldemort, he might be able to affect these objects differently than others. When he casts something on the object, does it automatically take effect? Does it void the protection put on by the item in question? What this boils down to is, what other ways can you destroy a Horcrux? Can the Master of the Elder Wand destroy it at will? Can you confuse the creator to cast a spell on it? One thing we do know is that it needs to be inflicted with enough damage beyond repair. But unfortunately, we don't know much past that. We saw that the Fiend Fire can take effect. I mean, it makes sense that the Basilisk Venom is that deadly. J.K. Rowling has it written down how actually to make a Horcrux. And hopefully she shares that with the rest of the public, because then maybe we'll understand them a little bit further. And when we understand how they're created, we can understand how to destroy them. So what do you think are possible ways to destroy a Horcrux that aren't clearly listed? As always, thank you so much to my patrons: Adam Gray, Jeremy Jacobs, Jenny Edwards, Jeremy Robson, Gabe Marchanda, Trevor Cowan, Gunnar Lakeland, Colleen West, Gerard Galifa, Estet Hemzaj, Marco Perry, Roland, Aidan McShane, Shalon Hudson, Kieran Hunt, George Conan, and Brandon Warner. Thank you so much for your support, guys. As always, thank you for watching. Please subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.